All right, we're back in another video. So I'm Sean Brown, president of Snaptech IT, and today we're going to talk about security. So we've all seen the reports and heard from the Department of Homeland Security how our businesses are under attack, our whole industry is under attack, and so we've got to do everything we can to protect ourselves from these attacks and from these hacking groups. So I've got 5 quick tips that I'm going to share with you in this video. I'm sure we'll do other videos in the future and add some more tips in here. But here are 5 quick tips to just improve your security and your kind of cyber security in your organization. So, quick tip number 1: we like to start with a framework, and so you can go take a look at the NIST cybersecurity framework. You can just Google that, and there's tons of great information about the NIST cybersecurity framework. The good news is it's very comprehensive, and so it covers everything that you want to know about cybersecurity. And the bad news is it's a ton of stuff in there. So it's everything you want to know about cybersecurity is in there. So that's a really good one. Another good one that we've seen used is the CIS controls. And so you can just Google that as well, and there's tons of great information on that. So check out either one of those or both of those and get familiar with those. The other one I'll say is tip number 2, review your firewall. So we recently just helped with an incident response case where a company got compromised, got their server and all their workstations encrypted, and they had a firewall that they had RDP open to the world. And so unfortunately, that's how the attackers were able to get in. So I know, and a lot of times when we're troubleshooting things or setting up new things, and we've got a lot of engineers in and out of our firewall, I highly recommend you actually do change management on your firewall and don't let anybody touch anything on your firewall without an approval. But this tip is all about going in and just checking what's there and making sure that someone didn't leave something open, as they were working on something and forget to kind of close the port back down. So go check out, review your firewall. That's what keeps the bad guys out and the good guys going where they're supposed to go. So tip number 3, 2FA everything. And then double check that you've 2FA'd everything. We recently heard of an MSP that got compromised where they had 2FA in place and they were doing everything right, but they did have a couple of ConnectWise Automate local accounts inside of Automate that did not have 2FA on. And so that's how the attackers were able to compromise the Automate server and I believe got down to a number of their clients as well. So check those local accounts and make sure you 2FA everything. Tip number 4, speaking of accounts, go double check all of your AD accounts and all of the accounts that are still enabled in your Active Directory. So this is a practice that we do. I think we're doing it like twice a year now, where we go in and we double check all vendor accounts, all accounts basically in our Active Directory that have any kind of access into our environment. We're double checking them, making sure that the right ones are enabled and that they have the right security permissions in place as well. And then tip number 5, treat your company as your number 1 client. So this is something that I think we were doing a very poor job of. Our clients would always come first, and so their projects would always get done and ours wouldn't, or their systems would get taken care of and ours wouldn't. And so now we kind of made this switch this past year where we go, you know what, we've got to have a new mantra. We've got to be number 1, right? And so we have to treat us as our number 1 client, because if we ever get compromised, then it puts all of our clients in danger as well. And so that's how we approach it. We treat ourselves as number 1. We make sure if there's a project that needs to get done and it's between us and a client, we're doing us first. So those are my 5 quick tips for today. Hope you're doing well, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.